Sam was not the bravest person in his group, but he was always curious about new worlds. He had wanted to join the research team because he loved learning about places and people no one on Earth had ever met before. When the small spaceship landed on the quiet planet, he felt his heart beat faster. Everything looked different here. The grass was blue instead of green, the sky changed color as the sun moved, and strange birds made soft music at dawn. Sam stood near the window and watched the new world with wide eyes. The humans set up their camp on the edge of a glowing river. At night, the water shined with light, and Sam thought it looked like a road of stars. The camp was simple, just some small shelters, a few science tents, and a cooking area. Most of the team worked all day and returned at sunset, tired but happy. Sam liked to walk outside when his work was done. He liked the cool air, the new smells, and the sound of the river at night. One afternoon, Sam heard laughter. It was not the voice of any human he knew. He turned and saw a group of young aliens playing near the river. They were not tall, maybe as high as his shoulder, and their skin was smooth and bright blue. Their eyes were big and full of light, and their hair looked soft like feathers. Some of the young aliens skipped stones across the water, while others played a game Sam could not understand. They all seemed happy and free. Sam stayed back at first, not wanting to scare them. He watched from behind a large rock. As he looked at the group, his eyes kept finding one alien girl again and again. She stood a little apart from the others. Her blue skin seemed to shine, and her hair was a pale purple that moved gently in the breeze. Her eyes were deep and calm, almost like a quiet sea. Sam felt his face grow warm. He whispered to himself, "What a beautiful girl," almost without thinking. He did not think anyone would hear him, but at that moment, the alien girl stopped playing and turned to look at him. Her eyes met his. For a second, Sam could not move. He felt caught like a small animal in bright light. The girl tilted her head and just stared. Sam's heart jumped. He felt embarrassed and wished he could disappear behind the rock. The other aliens kept playing, not noticing, but the girl watched him for a long time. Sam finally looked away and hurried back to his tent, his cheeks still hot. That night, Sam could not sleep well. He kept thinking about what had happened. Why did he say those words out loud? Would the alien girl tell her friends? Would the other humans laugh at him if they found out? He tried to read his science notes, but the words made no sense. Every time he closed his eyes, he saw the girl's face. Her eyes were so bright and gentle. Sam wondered what her name was. He wanted to talk to her, but he did not know how. The humans had a translator device, but he had never used it with someone his own age from another world. The next morning, Sam tried to act normal. He helped his team collect samples from the river. He listened to his team leader Lavra talk about the water and its strange colors. He wrote notes in his logbook and checked his equipment twice. But he kept glancing toward the place where he saw the aliens yesterday. He wondered if they would come again. In the afternoon, Sam saw the group of aliens by the river. This time, he stayed with his team, but he watched the girl from a distance. She did not join the other young aliens in their games. She stood near the water, looking out at the sky. Sometimes she looked over at Sam's group. Sam felt a strange hope rise in his chest. Maybe she did not hate him. Maybe she was just as curious as he was. After work, Sam walked by the river again. He saw the girl standing on a stone, her feet just above the water. The light from the river made her skin glow even more. Sam walked slowly, not wanting to scare her. He stopped a few meters away and looked at the water, pretending he was only there to watch the sunset. For a moment, they both stood in silence. Then the girl spoke in a soft, musical voice. Sam could not understand her words, but her tone was kind. She pointed at the river and then at the sky. Sam smiled and nodded, even though he did not know what she said. He wanted to say something, but his words stuck in his throat. The girl smiled back, and her eyes seemed to laugh. Suddenly, Sam's friend Brian called him from the camp. Sam waved goodbye to the girl, and she waved back. Sam hurried to his group, but he kept looking over his shoulder. The girl was still there, watching him. That night, Sam told Brian about the alien girl. Brian laughed and said, "Maybe she thinks you are funny." Sam smiled, but he felt nervous. He wondered what the girl thought about him. Did she hear what he whispered? Did she know he thought she was beautiful? As the days passed, Sam and the alien girl saw each other often by the river. They did not speak much, but they always smiled and waved. Sam learned that her name was Lyra from another human who spoke with the aliens. He liked the sound of her name. It was simple and gentle, just like her. One evening, as the sun set and the river began to glow, Sam stood by the water again. He whispered, "What a beautiful girl," but this time he smiled. Lyra looked at him and smiled too. Sam knew that something special was beginning, even if he did not understand it yet. The next morning, Sam tried to keep busy with his work. He carried equipment from one tent to another and wrote notes about the plants near the river. He wanted to look busy so that nobody would notice how much he kept looking toward the alien village. He wondered if Lara would come back to the river. He also wondered if she had really heard what he whispered, or if it was just his imagination. Later that day, Sam's group had a problem. Their main water filter was not working. Without it, they could not drink the river water, and they could not stay on the planet for long. The filter machine was old, and nobody could figure out how to fix it. Sam's team leader, Lavara, was frustrated. She tried to call the support ship in orbit, but the signal was weak. Everyone was worried. While the adults tried to fix the machine, Sam walked outside and sat by the river. He threw small stones in the water, thinking about home and about Lyra. Suddenly he heard footsteps behind him. He turned and saw Lyra standing there, holding a small box. She walked up to him and pointed at the water filter on the ground. Sam was surprised. How did she know about the problem? Lyra knelt by the machine and opened the box. Inside, there were small tools and shiny parts that Sam had never seen before. Lyra spoke a few words in her own language and pointed at the filter. Sam did not understand her words, but her meaning was clear. She wanted to help. Sam ran to call Lavar and the others. They came to the river and watched as Lyra worked on the filter. She moved quickly and carefully, using her tools with skill. She opened the top of the machine and cleaned out the broken parts. Then she used a strange blue gel from her box and put it inside the machine. Finally, she closed the machine and pressed a small button. The filter made a soft sound and clean water began to flow. Everyone was amazed. Lavar smiled at Lyra and thanked her again and again. The translator device changed Laura's words into Lyra's language, and Lyra nodded with a small smile. Sam felt proud and happy. He looked at Lyra and smiled too. She looked back at him with her calm, gentle eyes. After that, the humans invited Lyra to stay for tea by the river. Lavra gave her a small cup and showed her how to drink. Lyra tried the tea and made a happy sound. She said something to Sam, and he used the translator to answer. They laughed together. Some of the other humans watched from a distance, but Sam did not care. He liked spending time with Lyra. Later, when the sun began to set, Lyra stood up to leave. She pointed at the sky, then at the river, and then at Sam. He understood that she wanted to meet him again the next day. Sam nodded and waved goodbye. He watched her walk back to her village. He noticed how the other aliens greeted her and touched her arms in a friendly way. That night, Sam thought about Lyra and the way she fixed the water filter. He realized she was very smart and good with machines. He wanted to know more about her and her people. He also wondered if it was okay to be friends with someone so different. But when he remembered her gentle smile, he felt happy and safe. The next morning, Sam woke up early. He walked to the river and waited. After a while, Lyra appeared. She carried a strange-looking fruit and offered it to Sam. He took a bite and found that it was sweet and soft, like nothing he had tasted before. He thanked her, and she laughed at the funny face he made. They sat together by the river, and Sam took out his notebook. He showed Lyra drawings of animals from Earth. Lyra was very interested in a picture of a dog. She pointed at it and made a barking sound, which made Sam laugh. Then Lyra drew a picture of a large, six-legged animal from her own world. Sam was surprised by how fast she could draw. He asked her questions, and she answered with the help of the translator. As they talked, Sam learned about Lyra's family. She had a mother, a father, and two younger brothers. They lived in a small house near the village square. Her father was a teacher, and her mother made clothes for the village. Lyra said she liked learning about machines and sometimes helped the adults fix things. She asked Sam about his family, and he told her about his parents and his little sister. Back on Earth, while they were talking, some of the other young aliens came to the river. They were curious about Sam. They watched him closely, but did not come near. Lyra said something to them, and after a while, one of the boys came over and gave Sam a small shell from the river. Sam smiled and thanked him. The boy smiled back and ran away. After a while, Sam's friend Brian came to the river. He was surprised to see Sam sitting with Lyra and the other aliens. Sam invited Brian to sit with them. Brian was nervous at first, but Lyra gave him some fruit and drew a funny picture for him. Soon Brian was laughing too. The sun was high in the sky when Sam stood up to leave. He thanked Lyra and promised to meet her again the next day. As he walked back to camp with Brian, he felt happy and full of energy. Brian teased him about Lyra, but Sam just smiled. For the next few days, Sam and Lyra met by the river every morning. They talked about their worlds, shared stories, and tried each other's food. Sam learned some simple words in Lyra's language, and Lyra learned some in English. They both liked to draw pictures and laugh at each other's mistakes. Sometimes they sat in silence and watched the river flow, but not everyone was happy about their friendship. Some of the humans whispered to each other when Sam walked by. Some of the aliens looked at Lyra with worried eyes. Sam noticed, but he tried not to let it bother him. He knew he had found a true friend, and he did not want to give that up for anything. One evening, Sam sat by the river and looked up at the stars. He wondered what would happen next. He hoped he could stay friends with Lyra, no matter what anyone else thought. Sam and Lyra's friendship grew stronger each day. They met every morning by the glowing river. The river's light made everything seem magical. Sam liked to show Lyra things from Earth with his notebook. Lyra liked to share stories about her home and family. They used the translator device to help with words they did not know. One morning, Lyra asked Sam why he had whispered that she was beautiful. Sam felt shy. He looked at the river and then at the sky before he spoke. "I saw you and you were different. You are kind and brave. I want to tell you that I did not think you would hear me," he said softly. Lyra smiled. "On my planet, we do not say things like that often, but I like to hear it from you," she said in her soft voice. Sam's heart beat faster. He had never felt this way before. He looked at her and nodded. The two of them sat quietly, watching the river light move with the wind. Sam felt happy. He wanted to learn more about Lyra's world and her people. He asked, "What do you like most about your home?" Lyra thought for a moment. "I love the quiet forests and the stars that shine at night, but I also want to see new places. Earth is very far, but maybe one day I can visit," she said. Sam smiled. "I want to visit your world too." "Maybe we can help each other learn," he said. As the days passed, Sam noticed that not everyone was happy about his friendship with Lyra. Some humans looked at him with doubt. They whispered when they thought he was not listening. Some aliens did the same. Sam heard that some of the village leaders did not want their young people to spend time with humans. One day, while Sam was fixing a sensor near the village too, aliens approached him. One was an older man with sharp eyes. The other was a woman with a stern face. They asked Sam many questions about Earth and why he was spending so much time with their people. Sam answered honestly. He said he wanted to learn and make friends. The older man shook his head. "Your people do not understand us. They may bring danger," he said. Sam felt angry but tried to stay calm. "I believe we can learn from each other. Lyra is my friend and I trust her. We want peace," Sam said. The woman looked at him and said, "We will watch you. Be careful." Sam nodded but felt worried. He told Lyra about the meeting. Lyra was quiet for a while. Then she said, "Some people fear what they do not understand." "We must show them that friendship is strong," Sam agreed. He felt more determined to stand by Lyra. One afternoon, Lyra invited Sam to visit her home. He accepted happily. They walked together through the village. Lyra showed Sam the small houses made from glowing stones. Inside her home, Sam saw simple furniture and colorful cloths. Lyra's family welcomed him warmly. Her mother smiled and gave Sam a sweet fruit to eat. Her father asked many questions about Earth. Sam told them about the green forests and tall buildings. Lyra's brothers were shy but curious. They played a game with Sam using small balls made of light. Sam felt at home with Lyra's family. He realized that despite their differences, they all wanted the same things: safety, happiness, and friends. After his visit, Sam and Lyra walked back to the river. Sam asked, "Do you think your people will accept us?" Lyra looked at the sky. "Maybe. We must be patient." "Sometimes it takes time for hearts to open," Sam nodded. He wanted to help. He promised himself he would do everything to protect their friendship. That night, Sam could not sleep. He thought about the fears and doubts around them. He knew their friendship was important. It was more than just two young people. It was a chance for two worlds to come closer. He stood by the window and looked at the stars. He whispered again, "What a beautiful girl," hoping that Lyra was somewhere looking at the same sky. The next day, a problem came to the camp. A sudden illness spread among some of the humans. Sam's team worked hard to care for the sick. Lyra heard about this and came to help. She brought special herbs from her world. The medicines were strange but seemed to help the patients get better. Sam watched as Lyra worked with the human doctors. He was proud of her. She was brave and kind. The people who had doubted their friendship began to see Lyra's true heart. Slowly, the leaders of both groups met. They talked about the illness and the help Lyra gave. They also spoke about Sam and Lyra's friendship. Some leaders were still unsure, but others began to hope. Sam and Lyra knew the road ahead would be hard, but they also knew they were not alone. Their friendship was a light in the darkness. It showed that even in a world of fear and doubt, kindness and trust could grow. They sat by the river again, holding the translator device between them. Sam smiled at Lyra and said, "Thank you for being my friend," Lyra smiled back. "Thank you for seeing me." Together they looked at the stars, ready for whatever came next. Sam's days grew busier as the team continued their research. But no matter how busy he was, he always looked forward to the moments by the glowing river with Lyra. Their friendship had become a bright spot in the strange new world. One afternoon, a strong storm came quickly. Dark clouds covered the sky, and the wind howled through the trees. The team hurried to secure their tents and equipment. Sam helped carry supplies inside the main shelter. The storm was loud and fierce. Lightning flashed and thunder shook the ground. As the storm grew worse, Sam decided to check the river area one last time. He wanted to make sure everything was safe. He put on his jacket and stepped outside. The wind pushed him, and the rain started to fall hard. He walked carefully toward the river, but suddenly a loud crack sounded. A tree near the river fell, blocking the path back to camp. Sam was trapped. He tried to climb over the tree, but his ankle twisted. He fell and felt sharp pain. He could not stand. The rain soaked his clothes, and the cold began to bite. Sam tried to call for help, but his voice was lost in the storm. He felt scared and alone. The dark forest around him seemed bigger and more frightening. Suddenly, through the rain and noise, he saw a small light moving toward him. It was Lyra. She had come to find him. She moved quickly and carefully through the trees. Lyra reached Sam and helped him sit up. She checked his ankle and saw it was swollen. She spoke softly, calming him. "I will take care of you," she said in her gentle voice. Lyra lifted Sam with strong arms. She carried him slowly through the wet forest. The storm raged around them, but she did not lose her way. Sam felt safe with her. After a long walk, they reached a small cave hidden by trees. Lyra made a fire and wrapped Sam's ankle with cloth she had brought. She used a warm blue liquid from a small bottle to help with the pain. Sam felt the cold fade, replaced by comfort. As the storm continued outside, Sam and Lyra sat close by the fire. They talked quietly about their homes and dreams. Sam realized how brave and caring Lyra was. She was more than just a friend. She was a protector, Lyra asked Sam. Do you trust me? Sam looked into her eyes and nodded. I trust you. They sat in silence for a while. The firelight danced on their faces. Sam felt a deep warmth in his heart. The next morning, the storm had passed. The sun shone softly through the trees. Lyra helped Sam walk back to camp. The team was relieved to see him safe. Lavra and the others thanked Lyra again for her help. Sam felt closer to Lyra than ever. He wanted to tell her how much she meant to him, but the words were hard to say. Instead, he smiled and held her hand gently. As the days passed, their bond grew stronger. They shared more stories, laughs, and quiet moments. Sam learned more about the alien world. He saw how much Lyra loved her people and her home. One day, Sam asked Lyra about her future. What do you want to do when you grow up? He asked. Lyra thought and said, I want to help my people. Maybe I will be a teacher or a healer. But I also want to explore other worlds. Sam smiled. I want to explore with you, Lyra laughed softly. Maybe one day. But not all was easy. Some in the village still doubted their friendship. Sam's team had mixed feelings too. Some were afraid that their closeness could cause trouble. One evening, the village leader called a meeting. Sam and Lyra were there. The leader spoke about fears and rules. He said, humans and aliens must keep distance. Our ways are different. Sam stood up. He spoke clearly and kindly. We are different, but we can learn. I believe friendship is stronger than fear, Lyra added. We want peace and trust. Sam is my friend? The leaders looked at each other. Some nodded slowly. Others stayed quiet. After the meeting, Sam and Lyra walked to the river. They were tired but hopeful. They knew the road ahead was not easy, but they were ready to face it together. That night, Sam whispered again, What a beautiful girl. This time, it was not just about Lyra's looks. It was about her heart and strength. Lyra smiled in the darkness, knowing that someone far away thought of her kindly. Their friendship was a light in a world of shadows, and it would guide them through whatever came next. Sam and Lyra's friendship was now well known to everyone in the camp and the village. Some people watched them closely, unsure what to think. Some whispered behind their backs. But Sam and Lyra did not care. They had learned to trust each other, and that was what mattered most. One morning, while Sam was working on some equipment near the village, he noticed a group of humans talking quietly. They looked serious and worried. Sam decided to talk to Lavra, his team leader, to understand what was happening. Lavra explained that some of the human leaders were concerned about the friendship between humans and aliens. They feared it might cause problems or misunderstandings. Sam listened carefully but told Lavra, Lyra is my friend. I trust her. We want to build peace, not cause trouble. Lavra smiled softly. I know, Sam, sometimes people are afraid of change. But you are brave to stand up for what you believe? The day, Sam found Lyra by the river. She was sitting on a rock looking at the glowing water. Sam walked over and sat beside her. Some people do not like us being friends, he said quietly. Lyra looked at him with calm eyes. I know, my people have old fears, but I believe in us. We can show them a better way, Sam nodded. We have to be strong. We cannot let fear win. As they talked, a young alien boy came near. He held out a small flower with bright petals. Lyra smiled and took the flower. She gave it to Sam. Sam felt happy. The boy smiled shyly and ran back to the village. That afternoon, the village leaders called another meeting. Sam and Lyra were invited to speak. Sam stood in front of both humans and aliens. His heart beat fast, but he spoke clearly. I know some of you are afraid. We are different, but we can learn from each other. Lyra is my friend, and she trusts me. We want peace between our peoples. Please give us a chance. Lyra stepped forward. We must not let fear divide us. Together we can build a future where all are safe and happy. Some people nodded slowly. Others stayed quiet, but a few smiled. It was a small victory. After the meeting, Sam and Lyra walked by the river. The night was calm and stars shone bright. Sam took Lyra's hand gently. I'm glad we are friends, he said softly. Lyra squeezed his hand. Me too. As the weeks passed, Sam and Lyra's friendship became a symbol of hope. More humans and aliens began to talk and share stories. The camp and village slowly grew closer. One day, Sam invited Lyra to join his team for a small exploration mission near the river. They walked together through the blue grass and strange trees. Lyra showed Sam how to find edible fruits and safe paths. Suddenly, they heard a noise. A small animal with bright fur jumped near them. It was curious but not afraid. Sam laughed and tried to take a picture. Lyra smiled and whispered a word in her language. The animal looked at her and then ran away. Sam realized how much he had learned from Lyra. She understood this world in a way he never could. That evening, back at camp, Sam shared the day's stories with his friends. They listened and asked questions about Lyra's world. Lyra joined them too. She told stories about her childhood and the stars above her village. Everyone enjoyed the evening. The walls between worlds felt smaller, but not all was easy. Some people still doubted. One night, Sam heard loud voices outside the camp. A group of humans argued about the risks of being too close to aliens. Sam stepped outside and spoke calmly. Fear should not make us enemies. We must trust each other. The voices grew quiet. Some nodded, others stayed silent. Sam felt tired, but hopeful. Lyra came to him. You are strong, Sam. You help many people see a new way. Sam smiled. We do this together. Their friendship was not just about two people anymore. It was a bridge between two worlds. One day, Sam found a small box near the river. Inside was a simple necklace made from glowing stones. It was from Lyra, a gift to show she cared. Sam put it on and felt a warm glow inside. He knew their journey was just beginning. That night, under the stars, Sam whispered once more, "What a beautiful girl." But now, it meant more than just words. It was a promise of friendship, trust, and hope for the future. ChatGPT said the day had come for Sam's team to leave the planet. Months had passed since they first arrived, and much had changed. The humans and aliens had learned to trust each other more. Sam and Lyra's friendship had become a symbol of hope for both worlds. Early in the morning, Sam packed his things. His heart felt heavy. He had grown to love this place, and most of all Lyra. He walked to the river, where the water still glowed softly under the rising sun. Lyra was waiting for him. She wore a simple dress made of soft, shimmering fabric. They stood together by the riverbank, looking at the water. Neither spoke at first. Then Sam said, "I will miss you." Lyra smiled sadly. "I will miss you." Too, Sam gave her the small necklace she had made for him. "This will help you remember me." Lyra took the necklace and held it close. Then she reached into her bag and pulled out a smooth blue stone. "This is from my world. It is for you." Sam took the stone, feeling its cool surface. He smiled. "Thank you." They talked about the future and promised to write to each other. Sam hoped one day they could meet again, maybe on Earth or her planet. As the sun rose higher, Sam's team arrived to say goodbye. Lara and the others thanked Lyra for her help and kindness. The village leaders also came to wish them well. The mood was hopeful, but many felt sadness at the parting. Before Sam left, he and Lyra walked along the river one last time. The light from the water shimmered around them. Sam looked into Lyra's eyes. "You are the most beautiful girl I have ever met." Lyra blushed and smiled. "And you are the kindest human I have known." They hugged, holding on for a moment longer than usual. Then Sam turned and walked toward the ship. He looked back once and Lyra waved. As the ship rose into the sky, Sam felt the blue stone in his hand. He thought about the moments they shared, the lessons learned, and the friendships made. He knew their worlds were still different, but maybe, just maybe, they could live together. In peace, Lyra watched the ship disappear into the clouds. She held the necklace Sam gave her. A small tear fell down her cheek, but she smiled. Hope was alive. The glowing river continued to shine, lighting the path for new friendships and new stories. Sam whispered again in his heart, "What a beautiful girl." This time it was a promise for the future,